Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? And I hope you had a really nice relaxing weekend. And you're looking forward to a nice relaxing week with some nice relaxing maps, and you want to avoid all controversy whatsoever. But I'll tell you what we're not going to be avoiding today, and that is at 6 o'clock tonight UK time. It's the final one of the series. It's Skylines Talk with Ivania. Recognise the name? Well, maybe you should, because she's the one responsible for creating the European Suburbia DLC. So if you want to hear how she managed to get hold of that little commission, then join me tonight 6 o'clock at UK time for Skylines Talk. Now here's a face you're going to recognise. Here he comes. It's Wally, or Waldo, depending on where you are in the world. And this is Buddy. It's BonBonB. Now, Buddy will be hiding somewhere in today's map. In the review, he's just a prop. He'll be very small. You'll really struggle seeing him on your phone. But yeah, when you see him, I want to stick in the comments below, I saw Buddy. Oh my goodness, yes, we are really doing this, and we're going to do it every day this week and see how it goes. It might become a permanent feature. Right, okay, so sit back, get your magnifying glass out because you might need it, and we're going to review Shattered by A Gussing Navy. Now, A Gussing Navy, you might recognise the name. They are responsible for some of the best intersections on the workshop. There's your start square with an outstanding intersection. We're going to enjoy these intersections today, guys. We really are. Right, resource painting for the fields is quite extensive, to say the least. Okay, don't know if you like that sort of thing, but there we are. That's what we're working with today. It does look stunning. We are going to need mass transit and a bunch of these props down there. We're using Owl's Albedo 4K theme, which is pretty damn nice, and also Owl's Cinematic HD2 LUT. But yeah, you might want to pause and have a quick look down those assets just to see if it's too many for your machine. Right, let's rock on and have a look at these roads. And the first thing I'm going to point out is that the roads are elevated. They are elevated. Not all the way. I'm not quite sure why they're elevated. Probably makes it easier to build. Also, we're going to look at this stretch of rail at the same time, out the corner of our eye, just because it's here. We'll look at, it's not the only stretch of rail. We'll have a look at the rail from the other direction in a minute. Now, he's so good at I'm saying he, I actually don't know. I'm assuming it's a guy, but they are so good at the intersections that you just know the roads are going to be damn good as well. Here's our first intersection here. We've got some slight glitching between the roads, but it's just beautiful. Absolutely. I mean, yes, helped by the theme and LUT, which are glorious work. Glorious work by Owl. I miss Owl. I wish Owl would come back. And then we'll say we're at ground level here and we're going back elevated again. Why? I'm not sure why, but that's what we're doing, so let's not moan about it and follow it along. And I hope you're taking in the scenery as well, because it's quite a nice looking map. Now the rail dead ends down here. That's not the start square, but it's getting towards the start square. But don't worry, there is rail access actually in the start square too. Right, intersection time. Look at this looping thing. This is beautiful. Look at that. That takes us onto the main highway. And then we've got this looping around that brings us... Hang on, let's just check the heights. The heights are good. Yep. There's no clipping lampposts. Good to know that. Good to know. And then that joins us up with this road here. Now, this is a very nice looking road. This one here is a 2-lane and a 3-lane road. See, 2 on the right there, and then 2 on the right over here as you're coming back the other way. Pretty cool. Anyways, let's head down towards the start square. Next stop, the start square. And I'll tell you what, this intersection, this one is like, oh, gee whiz. Gee whiz? There's a nice English phrase. I know some of you love my accent. I don't hear it myself. But look at that. Just freaking hell, look at that. Augustine Navy, you are an absolute legend. I love it. Absolutely love it. This tunnel, where does that head off? That heads off and pops out down by the river there. It's pretty nice. And this roundabout, you think that's going to be a start square roundabout, don't you? But it's not. Although it is in the start square, this is like your main build area over here off of this roundabout. We also got a little bit of access to the railway over there as well. Also in the start square, which is great. I like it when the rail's in the start square too. Right, see, we've got some quite heavy glitching down the middle of the highways there. Difficult to do much about it, but you either pull them further apart or push them closer together. They're your options. But these, look how smooth these roads are and how well placed. And from 3 lanes up to 4 lanes here, see this? 3 lanes up to 4 lanes, and why is that? So that the highway can split into 2 lots of 2 lanes. I love it. It's amazing work, absolutely amazing work. Anyway, that follows the line of the trees and the hills off to the fog that way, so we'll go this way. A lot more to see down this route. A lot more to see down this route. So anyway, we're now merging the roads back together into one main route and back down to 3 lanes. And then over here with the next intersection, and this is one of the standard ones, I guess. I know these have names, but I'm really no good with names. What's your name again? Oh, right, yeah, I'll forget that. Anyway, we'll head off this way and join up with, there's the rail there. We'll be coming back this way in a second. Don't look at the rail, we're coming back this way in a second. This then cruises around off towards the fog in that kind of direction. Now, I hope you weren't looking at the rail, because if you were, you've been wasting your time, because we're going to go back this way. See, you got to listen to me, guys. You got to listen. Now, I'm not here to sort of like waste your time. Oh, by the way, have you seen Buddy yet? Have you seen him? Yeah? Yeah? Oh, right. Okay, you're lying, aren't you? This is the rail here, and it comes out the other side of this hill here. And look at this. See the way that the rail comes out? Absolutely plumb level. None of this going up into a steep incline or down a steep incline. Alongside here, this is a bit of a rockfall danger. I like the look of this, actually. I think that's pretty cool. Elevated to get across the river and join up the other side of the river. Smooth as silk to the start square. And it's time for the asset review. Now, I'm warning you, this is stunning. Palais Garnier Opera Paris, or Paris, by Gez or Guise or Geze. I'll stick with Gez. I like Gez. I think it sounds good. Fine Build is co-credited, but I only ever credit the very top listed author, just because otherwise, I mean, some of these assets have like 4 or 5, and I'm going to run out of space and run out of time to name them all. So if yours is the top listed name, then you are the one that gets the credit. Look at it. Just look at it though. That is a beautiful indeed. Don't worry about the missing bits of concrete on the ground. They are all surface painted by myself, and I'm rubbish. Absolutely rubbish compared to Gez. And Fine Build is Palais Garnier Opera Paris by Gez. Beautiful. And on to this week's theme and LUT review. This week's theme, I've decided to go with the Euro 4K theme by P. Delmo. Why? Because, well, it was taken down from the workshop for a short while, and the legend that he is, he's popped it back on. So if you were missing Euro 4K, it's back available on the workshop now. Go and grab it. It's a beautiful, beautiful theme. And I'm using the Permaculture LUT this week. Right, factoids. We're almost out of time for factoids, but I think we can squeeze a couple of quick ones in. Elephants really do have long memories, so the saying elephants never forget may well actually be true. And how about this one? In the 1938 Western, actually 1938, The Terror of Tiny Town, it featured a cast of midgets riding Shetland ponies. That's amazing. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see it. Right, okay, we are back and we're having a look, sorry, hit the microphone there. We're having a look at the water flow. And my first instinct was this was running downhill to where it widens and heads off to the sea. But I'm wrong. This is actually a lake up here feeding the river, which then flows all the way down the map in the opposite direction. See, sometimes the mind plays tricks on you, and the eyes play tricks on you as well. Maybe sometimes they're mean, you know, these minds and eyes. They're mean things playing tricks on us like this. Anyway, there we go. Flows all the way to the bottom. No problem with that. Right, now let's start off. Before we get to the fields, let's have a look at these hills. They're rugged. They're just beautiful. Look at that. I'd love to go paintballing in these. You'd love paintballing with me. That'd be great. Just you and me and everybody else watching this. It'd be amazing. But anyway, I digress. Beautiful hills, and I'd say the theme and luck really bring out the colours. Lovely there. Now, next we'll have a look at the river, and look at the trees alongside here. Interesting selection for decoration purposes. I won't call it a realistic riverbank, but it's nicely decorated. Oh, it's midway between a decorated map and a realistic map. I quite like this. It's beautiful, 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 beautiful. And then, if we head up this way, we'll have. Oh, shall we have a look at the rockfall? This is nice. These cliff edges are great work, absolutely great work, and just ready to pick up all that rubble as it falls down to the railway line. Very realistic, very cool. Right, what else have we done? The fields. Now the fields, I'm gonna say some of you will like them, some of you won't. Not great for vanilla play. But I've said it before, if you want to have a non-grid city, these fields can be used brilliantly. So let's assume that you're unlocking them just like 3 or 4 at a time. Imagine, instead of buying tiles, you're buying fields. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw out. This isn't going to be good, guys. This isn't going to be good. This is me doing something fast for camera. I'm sure you will do something a lot better yourself. So we'll do a little crossover. In fact, probably need to extend that a little bit there. Get better, right? And then we'll join. Still haven't done it far enough out. Oh, sod it. Never mind. We'll come down here instead. Right, and then we'll link up there. So we've got one all within the bounds of that one field. Do a little connector in the middle for no reason. And then let's say we buy this field here. We can just draw it. I'm just going to whiz these out really quickly instead now. So that goes up here, and we'll connect that over to there maybe. Then maybe we're buying this field over here, this long one, and extend up here as well. So you can use the fields to like build a different shape. I mean, yes, something a lot more thought than what I'm doing here, because frankly this is absolutely rubbish. I thought this was going to be better, but you know, I have limited talents, and city building isn't actually one of them. My cities aren't great. But anyway, you could use the fields to like shape your city. That's what I'm trying to say. But certainly not good for the vanilla game with the field painting if you wanted to do it that way instead. Right, what haven't we seen yet? We've seen the this intersection, like I say, we've seen it. The decorations are really cool. Got some woods and forests over here. Like the dirt track running up the middle, and the dirt track's almost white using this LUT. And then over here we've got the vanilla bridge. Not seen one this high. Dirt track bridge this high before. Not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying I've not seen it. It's quite a brave move, I think. Then over here we've got the castle. Now there's no gates to the castle, but we have discussed this in the comments before. They used to use ladders to get over the walls. I'm still a traditionalist. I like to see a gate myself. But maybe they just use the gate on the front tower there. That's probably what they did. That's what they've done. They've used the gate on the front of the tower. Okay, right. Let's have a look at the scores for today's map. Aesthetically, it's really nice. I think it lacks that little extra, but it's still a very, very good 4 stars for me. Detailing is really good. Really, really good. I don't know if it could have had a little bit more, especially along the riverbanks. And for that, I think 4 stars. And for gameplay potential, I would give this 5, but if you're a vanilla player, this is no good. So I think I'm going to stick with a solid 4 for that one as well. So 4, 4 and 4, shattered by a gussing navy. That is a very nice map indeed. In fact, it's so nice, I'm going to give it the BonBonB seal of approval. Beautiful. Great work, Gussing. Great work. Right, so that concludes that. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Don't forget to join me tomorrow for another map in the What's Map series. There's a link to all of the maps on my Patreon page, free to view. Go over and have a check out now. See if there's anything that you really grabs you that you've not seen before. Of course, you can join these guys over on Patreon if you like. Cost you $1 to get your name in the credits for the end of the month. Just got enough time to do it as well. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow and for another map. Whoa, what a map today. What a map.